I know the 11. Who's in and who's out?
I'll say the players who are missing out. Karan is missing out. Arif, Adil, and one.
I know the 11. Who's in and who's out?
I'll say the players who are missing out. Tournament for us, and as you mentioned that this is a very different structure than earlier. Arif, Adil, and so we cannot take any game lightly, and we're taking every game as a final for us, and we'll play.
Who's in and who's out?
I'll say the players who are missing out. Best brand of cricket. Tournament for us,
nice to see.
And
Best of luck, mate. Okay, that's
as you mentioned that this is a very different structure than earlier.
For Nepal, it's going to wrap up the toss. Kuwait, they won the toss.
So we cannot take any game lightly, and we're taking every game as a final for us, and we'll play.
Who's in and who's out?
I'll say the players who are missing out. Best brand of cricket.
NKC, who I thought was really good in that series win against the West Indies, but the problem is for Nepal, it's going to wrap up the toss. Kuwait, they won the toss. 3 doesn't go in to the correct numbers. You've got Sampal Kami and Nandan Yadav, and then the
I'll say the players who are missing out. Best brand of cricket.
NKC, who I thought was really good in that series win against the West Indies, but the problem is for Nepal, it's going to wrap up the toss. Kuwait, they won the toss. 3 doesn't colours now to the correct. And for Kuwait, Paresh, the 4 players to miss out. Mohamed Umar, Nimash Latif, maybe surprisingly that he misses out. Mohamed Shafiq, fast bowler, and Ali win against the West Indies, but the problem is Zahir, as the captain Mohammad Aslam told me at the top, they've got a wide array of spin bowling options. And for Kuwait, Paresh, the 4 players to miss out. Mohamed Umar,
one of the key bowlers
Latif, maybe surprisingly that he misses out. Mohamed Shafiq, fast bowler, and Ali win against the West Indies, but the problem is Zahir, as the captain Mohammad Aslam told me at the top, they've got a wide array of spin bowling options. If you then lose to Japan, first game in Group B. And we're all set for play. We are live and ready to go. Kushal Bertel as the bat in his hand, as does Asif Sheikh. He'll face the first ball, which is delivered and left alone, the rarest of things in a T20 game. It is Mohamed Akif. And we're all set for Farouk to get things going. Both Kushal Bertel and Asif Sheikh Paresh have found a bit of form of late. Asif Sheikh, he'll face the first ball, which is delivered and left alone, the rarest of things in a T20 game. It is Mohamed Akif. Dances down the track and a bit of movement. Now, if you weren't watching the afternoon game, there are 3 games each of the 3 days of the group stages, and there was significant movement for the seamers. The first ball, we felt both Junaid Sadiq and then the player of the match, Mohamed Rohid, batted outstanding. It is Mohamed Akif. And bowled outstanding at the death, excuse me, and 11 runs came from the final 3 overs. There are 3 games each of the 3 days of the group stages, and there was significant movement for the seamers. As always, wherever we go, there'll always be Nepal fans there in good colour. But there is batted outstanding. It is Mohamed Akif. And bowled outstanding at the death, excuse me, and 11 runs came from the final 3 overs. There are 3 games each of the 3 days of the group stages, and there was significant movement for the seamers. As always, wherever we go, there'll always be Nepal fans there in good colour. But there is batted out. So those seem friendly conditions going to. And bowled outstanding at the death, excuse me, and 11 runs came from the final 3 overs. There are 3 games each of the 3 days of the group stages, and there was significant movement for the seamers. As always, wherever we go, there'll always be Nepal. I just wonder, could they have done with the extra seamer? I suppose they have that reserve. We didn't see Gulshan Jah bowl against the West conditions. Indies at all. They have that option of him turning his arm over, and certainly Kuwait will sense this as a real opportunity. Remember, it was the quadrangular series final. I just wonder, could they have done with the extra seamer? I suppose they have that reserve. We didn't see Gulshan Jah bowl against. I know Nepal were slightly weaker than they usually would be. I don't think there's any Sandeep Lamachani or Rohit Paudel turning his arm over. And certainly Kuwait will sense this as a real opportunity. Remember, it was the quadrangular series final. I just wonder, could they have done with the extra seamer? I suppose they have that reserve. We did see Gulshan Jab bowl against I know Nepal guided away off the outside edge. The Nepal fans are going to cheer every run that they can get. Yeah, it was a 3-run victory. Sandra Rowan was in the runs that day. The quadrangular series played out between Nepal, Kuwait, Hong Kong and Qatar. But they were in a terrible position, Nepal. They were 92 for 8, and Bashir Ahmed nearly pulled off a miracle alongside Nandan Yadav, whose batting continues to improve.
A 3-run victory. That is what he's working on. He has a very good bowling. He's bowled very well throughout these last year or so.
But they were in a terrible position, Nepal. They were 92 for 8. Really good start. Outstanding start from Farooq. Just 2 runs from the first over. Good side, Kuwait. Very much on the rise in the World Game, particularly again in this format. We spoke about Qatar in the afternoon game and how they really have a focus primarily, not solely, but primarily on the T20 format, and that kind of plays to their strengths. And this is a man to watch. He took 2 for 24 in that quadrangular series final. Yasin Patel is a fine young cricketer.
Laksha Anek, Energy 8. Energy भनेकै Red Bull.
Sunflower, मायाले बाँधेको स्वर. Asian Paints Ultima Protect Shine. यसमा भएको UV hybrid technologyले घाम, पानी, धुलोबाट दिन्छ वर्षौं वर्षसम्म. घर रहन्छ सधैँ शाइनदार वर्षौं वर्ष.
प्राइम बिलेटबाट बनेको हरेक निर्माणको मेरुदण्ड.
Panchakanya Steel.
Right under a runner ball at 5.95, and he'll often strike here in the power play. He's going to go with a slip and play, and then we've got 5 fielders in a ring on the offside, so only 3 fielders on the leg side field. He's going to keep that impeccable line outside the off stump.
He doesn't get so much of turn, but his accuracy is impeccable.
At 5.95, and he
just comes and bowls, starts it in.
He's going to go with a slip and play, and then we've got 5 fielders in a ring on the offside, so only 3 fielders on the leg side field. Just see that field there. It's rare you'll see a spin bowler bowl to a 6-3 field. Some seamers can do it, particularly away swing bowlers with that control. But what both batters, both right-handers, will consider doing is stepping outside the off stump and unleashing either the sweep or the slog sweep to exploit that leg side. Just see that field there. Obviously we'll get a single down there. 3 fielders on the leg side, deep mid wicket, long on, and then a short fine leg. So every single fielder of the offside's up in the circle, including the slip.
It's because he doesn't get that turn.
Stepping outside the off stump and
just bowling
the sweep or the slog
with the arm, the ball getting into the right-hander. That is why the field is set.
See that field there. Obviously we'll get a single down there.
Now the slips has been taken off. Is
deep
into
wicket,
shot
long on, and then a short. It's like change in approach, I suppose, for the 2 batters. They know that Kushal Patel is probably someone who prefers the sweep shot a little more than Asif Sheikh. But a good start this from Kuwait. I think a big toss to win. Both sides wanted to bowl. That's what Rob Powdell said at the toss. And all of these dots in the power play will help build up the pressure. It's like change in approach, I suppose, for the 2
This is
batters.
what Nepal
Kushal Patel is probably
doesn't want dot balls in the first
sweep shot a
6
little more
overs.
than Asif Sheikh. Good start this from
Swept
here is
away.
that sweep, yeah, he enjoys that shot. You would suspect for Nepal, with the depth of their batting, they'll want these 2 to attack in the power play. Will help build
They
up the
should
pressure.
attack because the only 2 fielders are allowed outside the 30-yard circle in the first 6 overs. So they might take a risk and attack in the first 6 overs, but
enjoys that shot.
as we said, he's a very canny
I
bowler.
suspect for Nepal, with the depth of their batting, they'll want these 2 to attack in the inside edge. That could have gone anywhere. And a fantastic start from Kuwait continues. Only 4 runs from the first 2 overs. Nepal 4 for none.
They might take a risk and attack in the first 6 overs, but as we said,
So welcome along to the coverage. If you haven't enjoyed either the morning or the afternoon game, this is the 3rd game of 3 on the opening day. Just try and explain the structure a little bit to you. 9 teams are coming together across 21 matches here in the beautiful Sultanate of Oman. They're separated into 3 groups of 3. We're here in Group B. The first action coming from Group B. We saw Group A action with The UAE, the tournament's leading ranked side, just about doing enough over Qatar. Oman beat Samoa this morning. And then in terms of the rankings, Nepal will be the favourites in this group, but we're expecting upsets throughout. It's important to get off to a good start because you'll carry your result through against the other side that qualifies. Top 2 from each group go through, and then we go into a Super 6 stage where you'll play 4 more matches against the top 2 in the other 2 groups. So in Nepal or Kuwait's case, that'll be against Group A and Group C. And then we'll end up with a Super 6 table. You kind of look at Qatar and Samoa's position now, both of whom have to play tomorrow. They lose and they are out. It's a cutthroat format. As Bertel goes through the offside, gets probably just the single.
He didn't time that as much as he liked. Just got the toe end of the bat. Lucky didn't go straight to the fielder. Farouk is getting a nice shape away from the right-hander. The pitch is helping the medium paces that we saw in the first game as well. UAE bowlers and even Qatari bowlers bowled very well the medium paces.
Slip continues in place. That's Rajiv Sandarawan. As the short ball hits him right in front, and that's going to be given. Rashid Riaz had no hesitation at all, and Farouk gets good reward for a fine start with the ball. Haven't seen any success yet from batters trying to play across the line in any of the 3 contests, and Sheikh is going to fall early. That was going to go on and crash into middle and off.
Exactly. Very straight delivery. Tried to play across the line, completely missed it. Asif Sheikh has to depart. Right in front of the middle stump.
Has kept a little low as well, hasn't it? And that will be a concern for all the batters who will watch that dismissal. Shakes early, the first one to fall. He's gone for 2. It's 5 for 1.
नेपाल टॉप को विकल्प छैन आजको जमानाको भरपर्दो पाइप नेपाल टॉप सब ठीकठाक
लक्ष्य अनेक एनर्जी 1 एनर्जी भनेकै रेड बुल
अब होटल बुकिङ पनि यी सेवाबाटै
यति कार्पेट किन्दा कार्पेटको पछाडी यतिको लोगो हेर्न नबिर्सिनु होला यति कार्पेटको शहंशाह
seems to take it in a very graceful manner. But he identified very much in the build-up to that West Indies series that whilst that was a glamorous occasion, that inaugural Unity Cup, that this was the big focus, qualifying for the World Cup again. As the outside edge is beaten, I think he's just played inside the line of it. And I think he and all of his teammates, even Stuart Law, the head coach, will admit that they will not come to this qualifier expecting to qualify easily. There's going to be many tough games, and Kuwait are proving that already.
Yes, that's very good channel by Farouk. Bowling outside the off stump, outside the off stump, ball swinging away from the right-hander. Rohit Paudel playing inside the line of the ball.
Yeah, special night for Paudel as well, with it being his 50th match as captain of the nation. He's captained his country in this format more than anyone. Paris Khadka in second with 27. Lamachani 18, Gyanendra Malla 12, dating all the way back to that first T20I in the T20 World Cup back in 2014 up in Bangladesh. Gully now comes into place. That's how extravagant the movement has been. He's got a good record too, doesn't he? Only lost 18 of those 50 matches and plenty of wins in there. He's a fine young leader.
He is a very fine young leader. And talking about Kuwait, this is what they should do. Nepal already 1 down in the 3rd over. Just
competition as another one goes past the outside edge. Farouk has it on a string. Nepal are in early trouble. It's 5 for 1.
अब होटल बुकिङ पनि यी सेवाबाटै
नेपाल टॉप सब ठीकठाक
Skyworth Home Appliances.
As Bertel goes to the power sweep, gets a good piece of it, and will get the first maximum. More like it for Nepal. Little bit off the higher half of the bat. But he goes with such aggression and such confidence, he gets 6.
This is what Bertel can do.
Patel.
Slightly slower through the air this time around on the off jump, and there was a hint of a turn as well. Good contest between Yashin and Bertel.
Yeah, slip is out of place now, and there's 5 fielders hovering in a ring. They're all probing in there, trying to apply the pressure, cut off every run that they can. Bertel's return to form with the bat is still very much worth his place in the side, even if he's not in form with the bat. But his return to form with the bat to go alongside his fine leg spin bowling that's improving, and indeed his outstanding fielding. It's a real boost for Stuart Law.
That is what he did in the last match against West Indies last week. Scored 39 runs, and he was unlucky to be given out by the umpire that particular day.
About the kind of surface. Average first inning score just a shade over 150 here. It looks like a surface that if you got 150 on it, you'd be confident that your bowlers can defend it.
Yes, if you get 150 odd or even 140 plus, Nepal has those kind of bowlers who can defend that. It's all about the first innings batting that Nepal should do.
Good bowling, keeps it away from the attack zone and the strong zone of Bertel, who you could see was itching to go to the sweep or go inside out over extra. Gets us to the end of the 4th, and Nepal continue to be in trouble in this power play. 13 for 1.
पिउने पानी भण्डारणको लागि सबैभन्दा उपयुक्त स्टेनलेस स्टिल वाटर ट्याङ्क पञ्चकन्या एसएस ट्याङ्क 10 वर्षदेखि गुणस्तरीय सेवामा समर्पित।
लक्ष्य अनेक एनर्जी 1 एनर्जी भनेकै रेड
As Farouk continues, and this is an exceptional opening spell. He attacks Powdle with a swinging ball, and a crooked bat coming down causes issues for the skipper.
Forward or either back.
And the way in which it ended with that Unity Cup win, everyone expects Nepal to qualify back home, do they?
Yes, they do expect Nepal to qualify for the T20 World Cup next year. Everyone backing Nepal team, not only back in Nepal but around the world.
A huge diaspora right the way across the world. Throw at the non-striker's end is a direct hit, and Powdle is not just going to get one from this. I think he'll get 2. That's brilliant reactions and the outstanding running between the wickets that we saw from Nepal and their brilliant work in the field will be a big factor tonight. We saw that throughout the Unity Cup. Great awareness to turn a dot into two.
Rohit Paudel just took 2 or 3
from him. He's been very much all over the right-handers. You do just wonder the crucial Mallarol. We saw him open in one game, that was with Asif Sheikh having been left out in the Unity Cup. But I wonder when he will come in. As Bertel picks it up into the night sky and flies it away all the way. Second maximum, and both have belonged to Bertel. That was even more impressive than the first one. A good strike and more. Yeah, lovely to see the colour of the Nepal fans in always. With the most beautiful flag you can ever imagine. The only one in the world that's not rectangular, remember, as a tribute to their gorgeous mountains. As Bertel tries to go again, not going to be 6, but it will be 4. Just a couple of bounces across the outfield. He looks in really good touch. And just maybe a case of an over too many for the youngster. Just 17 years of age in his second T20I back-to-back boundaries. Bertel coming back to form, back in his favoured role. They kind of... 2024 they played with him a bit, didn't they? Because of his lack of form, he went up and down the order. He went down, I think, at one point as low as number 7. He's a natural opener. He's good at exploiting the power play, and this is where he belongs. Little change of pace, probably a slower ball from Farouk. Will make it 14 runs from the over, the most expensive of the innings thus far, and Nepal are finally up and running. It's 27 for 1 after 5. Tell us a bit more about the month of September. Paresh, we won't touch on the politics too much, but the
लक्ष्य अनेक एनर्जी 1 एनर्जी भनेकै रेड बुल
sunflower oil मायाले बाँधेको स्वाद
Nepal top सब ठीक ठाक.
And avidly, and great to have them alongside us. Going to see some leg spin for the first time today, actually, in the 2 games that we've seen. We didn't see any wrist spin in the afternoon clash. Navin Rajendran will come in with his right arm leg spin, slightly unorthodox, a little bit off the wrong foot. But we heard Mohammad Aslam, he spoke at the toss about how he wants to back his spinners, so that's not just Yasin Patel.
That's Rohit's favorite shot. Going down on his knees, pulled it up behind square on the leg side for a boundary. A half tracker. Nicely dealt with by Rohit Paudel.
Guided away. That's a shot that Rohit Paudel, well, he plays as well as anyone. It's such a touch shot. It's a touch of class. The late cut, it's so difficult to play if you haven't batted up at this level. Uses the width and the pace on the ball to guide it away for 4 more. Now works it into the leg side, won't get a single this time. You talk about a desirable target. Did they want more than 140 despite the assistance the bowlers have been getting, 150, 160?
No, they should have the cushion of 150 runs on the board to defend it.
Oh, right into the block hole. It ends up missing everything, and the keeper himself can't get a glove on it. I think it cannons somewhere off his body and will be given as byes. Great to have Phil Gillespie here, all the way up from Australia, as one of our standing umpires, standing alongside Rashid Riaz, all overseen by Ken Tanham. And the thing that you and I love, Paresh, a bit of drama. We're going to have plenty of drama. They're going to get an overthrow. They've turned what should have been a dot ball into two. Outstanding running between the wickets. Again.
Yes, they run between the wickets very, very well. Kushal Purtel and Rohit Paudel. After 6 overs, Nepal 39 for 1. The power play is done. This is the highlights of the power play. The first wicket to go.
Protect Shine. यसमा भएको UV hybrid technology ले घाम, पानी, धुलोबाट दिन्छ वर्षौं वर्ष सुरक्षा। घर रहन्छ सधैँ शाइनदार घर वर्षौं वर्ष।
प्राइम बिलेटबाट बनेको हरेक निर्माणको मेरुदण्ड
पञ्चकन्या स्टिल।
So the teams have to be quick in between their overs. It's to keep the pace of play going, something that's been trialled and now implemented permanently by the ICC.
Fielder had no chance. Even the sweeper cover didn't have chance to stop that.
Not sure if you caught the Stuart Law interview with the Hamro Khelkhud team who are out here, Subhash. Australian head coach. He said, "We have got nothing to worry about our captain. He will contribute absolutely when he needs. Can turn his game on when the side needs it, can turn his strike rate around as well." And yeah, he got a couple of starts against the West Indies, but no really big scores.
That happens.
If Dipendra Singh Iree comes to the crease, but the three of them really, Paudel, Purtel, Iree, are